tip to help emotionally regulate BPD when emotionally triggered and wanting to respond when not everything needs one. I find there are many people in life that will simply do things to get an emotional reaction out of you, especially if they don't have your best interest. And more often than not, these type of people don't even deserve a response. And it can be difficult to not react when we are so emotionally triggered and charged. It can ignite so much within. But by having another way of dealing with this kind of situation can help us respond in a way that actually helps us. Always keep a journal and pen with you. Always, always, always. You are going to write whatever, and I mean truly whatever you want to respond and say to this person. Write everything from the depth of whatever you feel, regardless of how coherent or incoherent it is. Start writing it. Anything that comes to mind. The most important thing is to not hold yourself back and to truly let it all out. Remind yourself that you're in a safe space and it's okay to feel. And if you need additional help to connect to your emotions, start playing music that helps you feel. Write everything out, regardless if it makes sense or not. Give yourself time after to cry or feel any other emotions once the anger dissipates a bit. And then after that, connect to nature. Go for a walk, be outside, or do something creative like creating art to connect and ground. This will help redirect your attention and energy. Then, a few hours later, for a second time, go back to your journal and write again what you would say and respond to this person, whatever you want to say. And you may notice a difference in not only your tone, the speed that you're writing, the words coming out, but the fog may kind of clear in terms of that emotional cloud that kind of fogs you down. You'll be able to see the situation much more clearly. With a little less fog of emotion, remembering that mostly what people say to you is a reflection of their own inner issues and their own capacity for thought and depth. And giving into that emotional reaction when others simply don't have the range is gonna likely trigger you into an episode of some kind. When it can be bypassed, do something to ground once again, and then a few hours later, go back for a third time and write a third entry of everything you'd want to say, everything you're feeling, and maybe even how you reflect on how you've been feeling throughout the day. Do some deep breaths and then reread your entries from the day and reflect on everything you read. How does it make you feel? What do you feel like these versions of you are trying to communicate? What are the needs? I find doing this technique really helps the way we can respond and react to things, especially when we want to respond or react right away, which can sometimes end in a way that when we reflect, we're not so proud of our actions. Giving that emotional reaction and then bringing up the guilt and shame and kind of reinforcing negative self-beliefs and that loop starting once again. This is a way to feel your emotions, connect with yourself, and validate yourself without reacting and responding to those who are undeserving of it. This way, you are not suppressing your emotions, and most importantly, you're not suppressing yourself.